everyone, it's that time. It is I. Welcome to The Final Cut. I am Mark the Movie Man, and today we're going to take a look at a young adult film, the second in the Maze Runner series, and it's The Scorch Trials. Yes, The Scorch Trials, where we get Thomas and the rest of the Gladers who have survived the maze. And when we ended the last film, we saw that they were taken to somewhere. It turns out to be a sanctuary where other people from other mazes have survived, and supposedly this is a place where they are safe, and they're going to be taken to a place that's even safer. But Thomas and the gang don't suspect, well, at least Thomas, really think things are too good to be true, and he starts investigating and looking into the deep, dark secrets that make up the weird organization Wicked, who seem to have good intentions, but also some shady dealings. And, well, he doesn't like what they're doing and decides to head out with the Gladers into the Scorch. Yes, the Scorch is the barren desert, the deserted wasteland that once was large cities and basically civilization that has now become big sand dunes and ruined skyscrapers. And we see how this group survive crossing the Scorch as they look for resistance fighters to hook up with to fight Wicked, that weird shadowy organization. And Thomas also learns more about himself and gets more of his memory back as he moves along. Scorch Trials I really enjoyed. In fact, I liked this film in a number of ways than The Maze Runner. While I don't think it's a phenomenal, groundbreaking film, I think Wes Ball here learned from some of the things he did from his first feature, which was The Maze Runner, and in here, he ups it up a notch and tells a better story. This film felt a little more solidly put together, I will say, and maybe it's from the source material. I haven't read it yet, but I will say this film made me want to read it, which is a surprise because I'm not a big reader, as you can probably imagine. Words, they burn! But here, Wes Ball really puts together a darker young adult story than I expected. Now, Dylan O'Brien's in here as Thomas, and who stood out for me more than Dylan's character was Ki Hong Lee's Minho. Now, I don't know how much of a part he plays in the book, but here, really enjoyed his character more than the Thomas character, actually. I just liked the things that they did with him. Love the chemistry between this whole group. We've got Thomas Brodie-Sangster back as Newt as well. He was in Game of Thrones, and he was in the first one, and they got the majority of the Gladers back for this film. Who also was in Game of Thrones? Well, a newcomer to the series. In this case, it's Aidan Gillen, excuse me if I mispronounce it, playing Jansen, the guy who runs this sanctuary for the Mazers. Yes, Littlefinger is here, and he gets his best villain on. I always enjoy seeing him in Game of Thrones, and in here, he's a little bit different than Littlefinger, but for the most part, he's still getting his villain on, which is why they got him for this role, and he plays it well. Eats up every scene, of course, which he should because that's what he's known for, and that's what I enjoy seeing him on screen for. Surprising casting for me was Alan Tudyk. Yes, from Serenity, from Firefly. Seeing him in here as the runner of a club that is out in the Scorch, and this club, man, his character's name is Blondie, and I loved him in this role, and it was one of my favorite sequences in this film because it was unexpected for them to go as mature and as dark as they did. In fact, this whole film, I would say, is actually darker than the first one, which I wasn't expecting in a good way. Now, yes, these people who are infected, pretty much are zombies. It's your zombie apocalypse film, and it's kind of had the feel of Resident Evil, the third film in Resident Evil series, but that's not a bad thing. I think they built this world really well, especially it's visually stunning. Keep you guessing of what's going on and the intentions of this company called Wicked, and you want to see not bad things happen to these kids. You want to see them succeed. So they've captured me there. Overall, I think this is a more solid, put-together film, a better entertaining film than the first film, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I got a kick out of it. I still give it 3.5 stubs. Again, not groundbreaking, but definitely more mature than expected, and I felt I got my money's worth out of this movie. It didn't quite feel like a middle film like some of these other films that are doing the whole trilogy or franchises is, so that's a plus column as well. So check out Scorch Trials, especially if you enjoyed the first one. I think you'll enjoy this one quite a bit. Now, I'm not familiar with the source material, not sure how accurate it is there, but as far as a movie goes, this is some quality entertainment that is worth the price of admission, at least an early show. So check it out if you've seen the Scorch Scorch Trials. Leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts on this young adult film. If you don't want to talk about this one, what's your other favorite young adult apocalypse story or film? Please leave your comments down below. Love to hear your thoughts. As always, please make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends, have your friends tell their friends. We're growing in subscribers little by little every day. It's because of your support, and because of you, I get motivated to do these more and more. I thank you so much, as always. And remember, till next time, folks, keep that ticket stub.